In the span of a few short years, a platform that began in obscurity has generated thousands of millionaires and billions of dollars in creator revenue. The scale of this financial activity broke into public view when an 18-year-old girl named Bod Bobby generated $1 million in exactly 6 hours. She didn't do this through YouTube ad revenue or an Instagram brand deal. The money came from a single source: OnlyFans. This 6-hour window showed the potential of a direct-to-fan link. If a creator could generate millions without a studio or a brand sponsor, the traditional rules of the internet economy were no longer the only way to get paid. To see why this shift was necessary, we have to look at the state of the internet prior to 2016. At the time, if you were an independent creator, your avenues for survival were remarkably narrow. You relied on scattered brand deals, Patreon, or standard YouTube ads. This graphic shows how the old system functioned. Corporate platforms and guarded algorithms acted as a bottleneck, filtering diverse creative output to a tiny trickle of revenue. If your output deviated from an advertiser's safe shape, the algorithm severed your compensation, leaving you dependent on brands. This setup left millions of independent artists operating in a pressurized environment, waiting for a mechanism that would let their fans pay them directly. That mechanism arrived in 2016. Built by a British entrepreneur named Timothy Stokely. He launched his startup with almost zero capital and limited resources. Stokely's core architecture was straightforward. A creator posts an image or video, and a fan pays a direct subscription fee to see it. It was similar to Patreon, but designed to be even simpler and more direct. Initially, growth was agonizingly slow. The platform remained tiny, ignored by the tech monopolies of the era. But operating in the shadows gave them a strategic advantage. They were able to quietly build out a disruptive payment infrastructure without triggering corporate interference. The pivot point arrived in 2018, when an internet entrepreneur named Leonid Radvinsky purchased a 75% stake in the company. This pie chart illustrates the new revenue model implemented right after that buyout. Radvinsky mandated that 80% of all platform revenue would go directly to the creator. That financial incentive acted like a magnet. Almost overnight, the platform began pulling in a crowd: fitness coaches, independent musicians, and mainstream influencers, all looking for better margins. By cutting out the advertisers and giving creators the lion's share of the profit, that specific 80-20 split officially birthed the direct fan economy. Then, global isolation accelerated this growth. As the 2020 pandemic forced millions of people indoors, consumer attention shifted toward digital platforms that offered ways to generate income from home. This bar chart reveals the financial explosion that followed. Total creator revenue spiked from $1.8 billion in 2020 to $3.8 billion in a single year. Top-tier celebrities began using the platform, starting with Blac Chyna extracting $20 million. The high-profile payouts continued, with actress Bella Thorne pulling in $11 million, and Cardi B generated $9.3 million, signaling that the platform was no longer a niche startup, but a financial destination for the biggest names in the music industry. Those payouts transformed a small startup into a digital empire. The site now handles 300 million monthly visits, achieving a scale that rivals legacy giants like Spotify and Disney+. But there is a reality at the core of this massive digital traffic. Adult content was the primary engine driving this growth. That specific content categorization concerned major investors. More critically, the financial institutions and payment processors that handled the 80-20 splits threatened to sever ties entirely. In 2021, corporate panic set in. The platform announced a total ban on the exact adult content that had built their empire. The internet backlash was instantaneous. The creator class rapidly organized, pushing back and threatening a mass exodus to competing services. Just days later, the company issued a reversal. They fully retracted the ban and reinstated the creator's operational freedom. This reversal was a demonstration of leverage. When a billion-dollar platform backed down within days, it showed that independent creators had gained enough collective economic weight to force a pivot in corporate policy. So the lingering question remains, did this controversial startup merely survive a temporary scandal, or have they written the blueprint for how the future of the internet will actually be funded?
If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. We explore the rise, fall, and hidden stories behind the world's biggest companies.